Hello everyone, my name is Sandeep and today I will be discussing LeetCode problem 1889, minimum space wasted from packaging. So the problem states that we are given n packages that we are trying to place in some boxes. Where do these boxes come from? These boxes come from suppliers. So you have m suppliers and each supplier will have some boxes of different sizes of infinite supply. Each box he has infinite number of times. Next, a package can be placed inside a box only if the size of the package is less than or equal to the size of the box. That is one constraint. So, you want to choose a supplier such that each and every package can be placed inside one of his boxes and the total amount of space that is wasted is required. What is space wasted now? So, when you place a package inside a box, the space wasted is calculated as size of the box minus size of the package. So when you place all the packages inside some of the other box, so the total wasted space is the sum of space wasted in all the boxes. So we have to find the minimum space that we can waste, and even if it is possible or not. If it's not possible, then simply return -1. Let's see an example and try to understand these one by one. Great. So then let's look at the examples. The first example is we have packages of size 2, 3 and 5. This is a package of size 2, this is a package of size 3 and this is a package of size 5. We also have a 2D array of boxes where each row represents a supplier and the values represents the boxes that it has. So this row of value 4 comma 8 represents supplier 1, which has infinite supply of box of size 4 and 8. Similarly, this row denotes a supplier 2, which has infinite supply of boxes of size 2 and 8, and these are his boxes. So let's get reminded of the note section once more. A package of I can only be placed inside a box if and only if the size of the package is less than or equal to the size of the box. That's the first constraint. Next, each supplier has infinite supply of his boxes, so he can take any box and has infinite supply of it. Okay. Thirdly, we can place only one package inside one box. We cannot take two or three packages and place them inside a single box. We have to place it in different boxes. I can give an example. So let's say we have two packages of size 2 and 3, and we have the supplier giving us a box of size 5. We cannot take both the packages and place them inside a single box of size 5 because the size fits in. The sum of the sizes of the two packages is 5 and the sum of the size of the single box is also 5. That's not feasible. We have to take two boxes of size 5 and place 2 in one and the third package in the second box. So that's how we do it. Next. So basically now we have to choose boxes from a single supplier such that the total waste is minimized. The total waste is minimized. What is waste? We had defined it earlier. So for a package in a box, the space wasted is size of the box minus the size of the package. So if the size of the package is 2, just a second, yeah. So the size of the package is 2 and the size of the box is 4, and when we place the package of size 2 inside the box of size 4, this is the space that is wasted. So here we wasted a space of size 2. So that's how we define it. So let's work out the example. So we have packages of size 2, 3 and 5, and supplier 1 provides infinite supply of boxes of size 4 and 8. So let's see. So this 2 can be easily placed inside a box of size 4. So we do that. We take a box of size 4 and place the package 2 inside it. Next, this 3 can also be placed inside a box of size 4 because 3 is less than or equal to 4 again. So we take a box of size 4 again and place a package of size 3 inside it. So again, this 5 cannot be placed inside a box of size 4 because 5 is greater than 4. So we cannot place that, but 5 can be placed inside a box of size 8, the next higher box. So we take a box of size 8 and we place the package of size 5 inside it. So now what is the space remaining? What is the space wasted actually? So in the first box we wasted a space of size 2, second we wasted a space of size 1, and in the third we wasted a space of size 3. So this was the wasted space. So what was the total wasted space? That is 2 plus 1 plus 3, so that is 6. So we wasted total space of 6. Now we also have supplier 2 who provides us an infinite supply of boxes of size 2 and 8, which is this. So how do we place them? This package of size 2 can again be placed inside this box of size 2. So we simply take a box of size 2 and place a package of size 2, and we do not have any space left here. That's good, we didn't waste anything. Next, the package size is 3 and 3 is greater than the box of size 2, so we cannot place 3 inside the box of size 2. So where do we place this 3? We place this 3 inside a box which is of the next higher size. So the next box is of higher size than 2 is 8. So we place this 3 inside a box of size 8 and 3 is placed here. This is the space wasted. Okay. Next we have a value 5. This 5 is again greater than 2. So we cannot place this package of size 5 inside the box of size 2. But what is the next higher size box, which is 8, and we can place 5 inside a box of size 8 because size of the package 5 is less than equal to the size of the box 8. So we take a box 8 and we place the package of size 5. So this is the wasted space. So the total wasted space was 5 plus 3 becomes 8. So from supplier 1 we had a wastage of 6, from supplier 2 we had a wastage of 8. So who is better? Obviously supplier 1 is better because he wastes minimum. So in this case we choose supplier 1 as he wastes less space. Great. So let's take another example. Here we have packages of size 2, 3 and 5, and we have boxes from 3 suppliers. Supplier 1 supplies us boxes of size 1 and 4. Supplier 2 supplies us boxes of size 2 and 3, and supplier 3 supplies us boxes of sizes 3 and 4. So let's take these suppliers one by one and see can we get a minimal wastage of space. Okay, what is the minimum wastage of space that we can get? Let's see. So the first supplier 1, let's say if I choose him. So the package of size 2 can be placed inside of box of size 1? No, because 2 is greater, so we cannot place it here. But can I place this package inside a box of size 4? Yes, because 2 is less than equal to 4. So this package is placed. Can I place package 3 inside a box of size 1? Again no, because 3 is greater than 1. But can I place this package inside a box of size 4, which is the next higher size box? Yes, because 3 is less than equal to 4. So I place this 3 as well. But can I place this package of size 5? I do not have a box of size greater than equal to 5. I cannot place it in 1, I cannot place it in 4 because these both are less than 5. So I do not have a box itself for placing this package, so I cannot choose this supplier. Next, let's say I choose the supplier 2. So supplier 2 gives me boxes of size 2 and 3. Now let's see again. So the first package is of size 2. Can I place it this? Yes, I can place this inside the box of size 2 because 2 is less than equal to 2. Fine. Can I place this 3? So this 3 cannot be placed inside a box of size 2 because 3 is greater than 2. Okay, what's the next higher box? The next higher box is 3. Can I place this 3 inside a box of size 3? Yes, I can do that because 3 is less than equal to 3. Can I place this 5 now? I cannot place 5 inside a box of size 2 because 5 is greater than 2. What is the next higher box? 3. Okay. Can I place this 5 inside a box of size 3? Again no, because 5 is greater than 3. Okay, what is the next higher box? Oops, we do not have a higher box. We do not have anything that is greater than equal to 5. So we can't even choose supplier 2. That is also gone. What is the third supplier? The third supplier has boxes of size 3 and 4. So just by looking at it, even you can directly figure out now that even he doesn't have a box of size greater than equal to 5. So basically the minimum requirement is the packages that we have currently. If the supplier has a box which is always greater than equal to the maximum size of the package that we have, then definitely we can build an answer, else we can never. That is the observation here we build. So for this particular example, we can never have a none of the suppliers can basically give us a solution, so we return -1. So observation is a supplier is valid only if maximum size of the package I. So in the package array, the maximum size that we can have, it should always be less than equal to the maximum size of the box size that is supplied by supplier. Basically, that's the observation. I hope you get that. That is the first thing. Next, so now if some supplier is valid, how do we compute the answer? That's the question. So let's think of the third example that was given in the problem statement. So we had this array as 3, 5, 8, 10, 11, 12. Notice that we have already this array is sorted from here. It's not necessary that it will always be sorted in the problem statement. So for now it is sorted here. That should be noted. We have two valid suppliers here for this particular example. The first supplier was had boxes of size 12. The second supplier had boxes of size 10, 5 and 14. So I already figured that out. Next, so let's say I choose this supplier first. So how many boxes do we need and what is the minimum wastage? So see here, each package takes a box of size 12 because this is a valid supplier. So obviously all these packages can definitely be taken by the boxes that are present here, but there is only one box. So that means each and every package will take a box which is of size 12. So that's it. So how do we calculate the waste? So waste is basically the first. So when we take this one, that is, we take a box of size 12 for this. So 12 minus 3 is the waste. We take a box again size 12, then 12 minus 5 for this, then again box of size 12, then so basically we get 12 minus 8. Again we get a box of size 12, so we get 12 minus 10. Again we take a box of size 12, so 12 minus 11. Again we can take a box of size 12 because this package size is again less than equal to 12, so we get 12 minus 12. So can we rearrange these values? Let's see. So if we just open the brackets, all these 12s I gather at one place. So this 12 comes 6 times. So 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12. So this is 6 times. Minus, if I take these values 3, 5, 8, 10, 11 and 12. If I take the minus out, then I get the sum of 3 plus 5 plus 8 plus 10 plus 12 plus 11. So what is this basically? This basically means that if I know that for a particular box, this range of values are actually less than or equal to the box of I, then basically the box can take all these values. That's the key idea. So basically then we can directly say the value that the wastage that the box will contribute to basically is 12 times basically the size of the box times the number of values that it takes minus the summation of all the packages that it has taken. Calculate the waste. So for every box we try to take as many packages that are less than or equal to the size of the box. So let's calculate for supplier 2 then. So we sort the boxes by size, so we get 5, 10 and 15. So these boxes of sizes that the supplier supplies, we have sorted them, so we have 5, 10, 14. So how many boxes of size, how many packages will this box of size 5 take? All the values in the package array that are less than or equal to 5. So how many such values are there? These two values. So the packages array 3 and 5, these two packages will be taken by this box itself, and using the same formula that I demonstrated earlier, we can again compute the waste. Okay, now how many packages will the box of size 10 take? Because all the values that are less than equal to 10, because these two boxes were already taken, 3 and 5 are already taken, so we are remaining with these two new boxes 8 and 10, and these values are less than equal to 10, so these are consumed by the second box. So that's the advantage of sorting the boxes array as well. One by one we gradually go through the packages array and increment our range. So like this range was initially taken by this box, then the next range was taken, then the next higher range was taken. So that's the idea. So the idea is to sort both packages and boxes array, and for each box we then check in package array till which index we can place them inside box. Okay, so like here box 5 can take up till index 1, so we have like 5 times how many how many values we can take. So right now we have nothing, when the previous values are empty, like nothing we have taken till now. So index minus previous plus 1 minus some of the values zeros and ones. So if you compute this, we get the wastage of 2, because these two will have boxes of size 5, the sum is 10 and this sum is 8. So if you see 10 minus 8 is 2, so we have the size of 2. Next, for the box of size 10, we again take the next two boxes, because they were less than equal to 10, and also the beginning two boxes were taken. So what's the size? 10 cross 3 minus 2 plus 1 minus 8 plus 10. That's the sum of the values at index 2 and 3 in packages array. So that is 20 minus 18, so we get the value of 2. This is using the same formula. Finally, the last box takes the packages 11 and 12. So what is the waste that is generated? It is 14 times, which was the size of the box, cross how many next values do we take? We take two values, 11 and 12. So we have taken 14 cross 2 minus some of those boxes, 11 plus 12. So 28 minus 23, which is 5 again. So that's how we calculated the wastage by each of the boxes. Now what is the total waste? Total waste is 2 plus 2 plus 5. So here we wasted 2, here we also wasted 2, and here finally we wasted 5. So the total sum was 2 plus 2 plus 5, which is 9, and this is the minimum which is given in that array, which is given in that example. Basically, what's the complexity? N log n for sorting the packages array, m log m for sorting the boxes. Let's say, because it is given the problem that we have m number of boxes, m is the number of suppliers and they have boxes which is can be less than 20 power 2 into 10 power 5. That's the problem statement. And for each basically supplier, we take a particular box and we fill how many packages we can fill it inside it. Then we take the next box and then again check how many packages we can take inside that. So basically it's n cross m. So this will always lead to time limit exceeded. So this won't suffice within the time limit. So how can we fasten this up? This is the complexity that we need to fasten up. So notice that since the array is already sorted, we can binary search to find the value which is always less than equal to the value at the box of 5. So for each box we can find the package which is less than or equal to it by applying binary search on the array, since the array is sorted. Also, using prefix sums, we can find the sum of the ranges in O of 1 time. Thus the overall complexity now becomes n log n plus m log m plus this m into n was reduced to m times log of n. So for each box now you do a binary search on the packages array to find the index which is less than equal to box of 5, that is n log n time. So that should give you an accepted. Great. So let's look at the code for this problem. So yeah, we have been given the packages array as well as we have been given the boxes array. So we take n and m as the packages length as well as the length of the boxes, number of suppliers basically in our case. We sort both the packages as well as for each of the suppliers we sort all the boxes that they have. So we sort both the arrays. After these are sorted, next we find out whether solution is possible or not and for which suppliers the solution is possible. So we loop over the number of suppliers and we check for each supplier if the maximum size of the box, which is obviously because they are sorted, that will be the last box. So the maximum size of the box should always be greater than equal to the maximum package size that I have, which was our condition as we had discussed. So if that is there, then obviously there is a supplier who supplies a set of boxes for which solution is possible. So we mark our solution possible as true. Finally, in this condition we check if solution is not possible, simply return -1 from here, or else we move ahead. Next, I use sets because in sets we can easily search for a particular element which is lower than that or higher than that in log n time. It's inbuilt in Java, or in C++ you can use lower bounds, that's the same. So I sorted based on values, else I sorted based on indexes. So I add all those elements to my tree set. Next, I keep prefix sums of the entire packages array. Like for a particular range, I can in overfun tell what is my sum of sum of r minus sum of l minus 1 gives me the range sum of l to r range. So that will be my prefix array. Next, I initially initialize the answer with a very large value, and then I iterate over each of the suppliers. If the answer is possible, then I simply check for each of the boxes how many. So basically I check for the lower bound. So what in my set, I simply pass what is the what is the index of that packages in the package array till which it can take those packages. So if that is not null, I get all those indexes. So this is basically computation of the range that I have, and finally I take the resultant. So this should be pretty doable. I believe you can also sit with some pen and paper and just compute when you have a particular index how many values you need to take, and since you already have the prefix array, you can compute that in over one time. So that should be pretty doable. So yeah, and finally don't forget to modulate with the mod value. That's very important. So yeah, submit it and it should be accepted. So yeah, that's about this problem. Thank you. Do leave a comment if you like the video. Thanks.